Alright, so let's talk about the remove digits from number to maximum result. So you're given a string number, and then this represents a positive number, and then in a character digit. So you want to return the result string after removing exactly one occurrence of digits from number, and then that will be the entire solution. So the constraint is between what? The number is from 2 to 100 for the length, and the number is going to be only from 1 to 9. And digit is going to be from 1 to 9, and then this is pretty much it, right? So let's talk about the example. So for this one, you want to remove the digit 3, right? And if there's only one digit, and you can just remove, right? So you return 12. But what if the digit is like not only in the string number, there's only there are multiple digits inside the number, right? So imagine that there are 2 of 1, right? So how do you know which one you want to remove, right? So you could have 1 2 3, or you could have 2 3 1, right? And then you want to find out which one is the maximum, right? So this one would be a little bit just a little bit difficult, but it will be still super easy. So what you have to do is, well, you want to traverse the entire string, and then you want to compare. So you want to compare the current. So imagine this is I, and this is I minus 1, right? You want to know, like, if my current number, the current number you want to remove, right? So I'm going to say I minus 1. If the current number is I minus 1 is equal to the digit, right? So I'm at position 1, right? Position 1 right here. So I minus 1 is what? 0, right? So 1 is actually equal to 1 for the digit, right? And I need to compare the value for my current value. So it's going to be what? My chart at I. If this is greater than the current chart minus 1, the chart at I minus 1, right? If this is actually valid, right, we know, like, you can get a greater value. So because this is supposed to be 2, right? 2, and this is supposed to be 1, so 2 greater than 1. And then if you want to remove 1, and this is actually pretty straightforward, right? So you can say, okay, I want to remove 1, and I need to just say substring from here to here, just for this example, right? From here to here. But what if you have multiple values, say 99999, and then 1 2 3 1, and then the digit is what? The digit is 1, and then you want to remove this one, right? Am I right? 2 2 2. So the solution will be what? 9999 is either 2 3 1 or 9 9 9 9 1 2 3, right? So you want to remove this one, right? So you want to remove this one to get this number, right? So again, you want to use this constraint. So let's just start coding, and then the problem is what? You want to know the current value you want to remove, and then you want to substring the value before and then the value after. So so here we go. So I'm going to say for in I equal to 1, I less than number star length, and then I plus plus, right? So if the number is chart at I minus 1 is actually equal to the digit, right? And I need to have another if statement. So I will optimize this solution later, but I'm gonna just go through the logic. So so I know the I minus 1 chart is actually equal to a digit, and I need to compute the current value, right? So number at chart at I. If this is greater than number at chart at I minus 1, right? Then I can return the substring, right? So the number dot substring. Number dot substring. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. 0 comma I minus 1 plus the number dot substring at I, right? So which means you don't want to include the least current digit, right? So substring at this position, and then this is actually exclude, right? So you exclude oh my god, so let me draw. So imagine this is 9 9 9 9 1 2 3 1, and this is 1, and then the substring for this one is going to be what? The position is going to be what? 0 1 2 3 4, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? And then the position for this is what? 4, right? So it's going to be 0 comma 4 plus the substring from what? From I is 5, right? So it's going to be 5, right? So 5 minus 1 is 4, right? And then the substring for this one, this one is going to be represent this, right? Here to here. And the substring from number dot substring I is definitely here, right? This is I, and this is I minus 1. Right, so everything else should be easy. And then what if you cannot find like any number that which satisfy this condition, then you need to just basically return the last index you find. So I'm going to say last index. It's going to be what? Number dot last index of, and then this is going to be what? Digit, right? Any number you find, right? You want to just say return the number dot substring at 0 to last index, and then plus the number dot substring at last index plus 1. So you are ignoring this value, right? And then you want to just substring the last index plus 1, and then just imagine this is I, right? This is I, and then 0 to I and I plus 1. Alright, and let me submit, and then submit. Alright, so for the time and space, this is pretty straightforward. This is all of n, and this is constant, but for the substring is actually all of n, right? How do you know which I position you are actually traversing, right? So you could you could be n minus 1, right? So it's going to be all of n times all of n, so it's going to be n squared for the worst case solution, right? And this is actually all of n, right? And this is pretty much it, right? So I said I want to optimize the solution. It's going to be this. This will be much cleaner, right? And definitely you can still pass. Alright, for the space is actually constant. This is straightforward, right? So let me just using the debug mode, and then you can actually see what happened. And basically you pause at any second, and then I'm just keep going. Right, so for the 1 2 3 is pretty straightforward. For how about this? I mean, you have to look at the left window, right? Oh, something went wrong. What happened? What? Start debugging. Oh, okay, whatever. So I don't know. Okay, there might be a server's error, but whatever. Alright, and the solution is pretty straightforward. So if you have any question, leave a comment below. Subscribe if you want it. Alright, peace out. Bye.